afternoon guys and welcome back to your Subscribers Saturdays. Today we have Colin Elder, 66 years old, still playing off 16 but wants some help with his short game. You'll see his swing on here. He did send me a driver swing and it was a fantastic drive down there, so I'm not going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about what he wanted to know in regards to hitting it closer from 100 yards. So a lot of people that I see do struggle from 100 yards. You're not maybe hitting it as far as you want, just like Colin, and you're now having a lot more shots inside that range from 50 yards to maybe 120 to par fours, or your fourth shot into a par five. So we've got to think, how can we get better at these? And a lot of people do the same, do the classic move, and they try and hit it as hard as possible, just like this. So I've got 98 yards to the flag. I'm going to stand there. I've got my 56 because I can get it there if I absolutely flush it. Right, okay, a little bit high, not exactly as I wanted. Didn't quite get there, but I've put a lot of effort into that. And that's what we see from a lot of people. You go straight to, if it's not your 56, even if you're pitching where's your 100 club, it's always trying to hit it as hard as possible. And that's why you maybe not judging your distance as good as you think. So all we're going to do there is drop down a couple of clubs. So I've gone past my 52 and I've gone now to my pitching wedge. From here, this should be now a control one. My full pitching wedge might go 125 to 130, but I can get this going into this green and stopping and holding it close to the flag. So how do I do that? Because a lot of people will set up this saying, okay, I've got my same width, I'm going to go 3/4, but I don't want to go too far, so I'll thin that one. Caught it a little bit low on the face. Right, well, I'll just, next time I need to give it a little bit more. I'm still going to go 3/4 though, so let's make sure I get that position right. Okay, so I'm going to go 3/4 here, and yeah, I've hit that better. Yeah, right. Okay. Right, that's gone 100, it's gone the same as a full swing. So that's what we've got to think about here. So when we're trying to control these kinds of shots in, we've got to do a few tweaks at setup to allow us to flight the golf ball in, to get it landing soft still and having control when we have gone up a club. So we've gone up a club, we now need to control it. What do we change? So first of all, one thing to change is obviously stance width. So I don't want to be a full stance, I don't want to be shoulder width apart. We're going to narrow that down now to just inside shoulder width. Nice and easy, that's going to help me be able to control my speed a little bit better. From a narrower base, I can't swing as hard, and that's what I see from a lot of people. They're still trying to hit it as hard as possible, and they can't control that distance. So if we narrow that stance, I have to now control my body speed and get that turning. So if we do that and we control that better, you might say, well, it's going to come off a little bit lower and it might not spin. And this is where we change our setup from down the line. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to open the club face a little bit, but also open my stance. So because the club's a little bit longer, we have a little bit more speed. I still want you to grip it at the normal length. We're going to open up our stance and club face to make sure we can still get that ball coming in nice and soft. So narrower stance, a little bit open here. And now that 3/4 shot has been able to reach the green. Did launch a little bit low, landed at 92, but we can keep doing that and start to see that, right, I'm controlling my speed now, my stance is open, I can just get my body turning, a nice 3/4 swing. That's a better strike, nice and high, landing soft, and stopping nice and close to the flag. So I've gone up a club. If you're starting to struggle with that and maybe going, okay, I'm still not getting quite the distance with my stance being open and open that club face, let's go up 2 clubs. And this is really where you'll start to be able to see the difference. You'll start to be able to control your speed, control your body moving. That's going to allow us from this kind of range, the scoring zone, be able to flight it exactly how we want, get it landing on the green, and hopefully stopping that a little bit closer to the flag. So I've gone down to a 9-iron here now. I'm still going to have that stance open that club face a little bit, and just control my speed, so it might be even a shorter swing here. And we can see I've got the launch. Have I got the distance? Just got the distance there. So maybe took out a little bit too much. Let's give that another go. Again, landed at 90, finished at 100. And that's what we're starting to see. Let's see if I can get one a little bit closer than that. narrower stance, a little bit open. That's a little bit higher. Oh, it jumped out of the bunker. I wish we saw that on the golf course. But you can see there I'm starting to control it. And don't forget, from 100 yards, tour average is 23 feet. So the best players, or the mid-range, the people who are keeping the card on the PGA Tour, are hitting it to 23 feet. So let's just try and hit the green, or anywhere, realistically, inside 30 feet would be absolutely fantastic. I've lowered the club there. That's a better contact. Just landing short, 90 yards, gone 98. So think about that, guys. If you're struggling with your pitching, if you're struggling from 100 yards or anywhere from 50, go up an extra club, get that stance a little bit narrower. Even from 50 yards, we can go even closer together, and then open your stance and club face so you've got that loft. I want you to use the full length of the club, and we're now just controlling our swing length to be able to control the flight and direction and get you that a little bit more consistent, and not standing there and trying to hit it as hard as possible and being even less consistent. So hopefully that's given you something to work on. So Colin, on the driving range, you can do that through the winter. Again, your video was from the driving range, so you can just start to get that stance, start to control some targets on your range. And anyone else looking to have something looked at, whether it is a swing that you send in or a certain area of the game, if it's a certain lie, we can do all of those here in the Golf Zone Simulator. So get those sent over to that email below, and we can hopefully keep helping subscribers every weekend.